Alright, so you guys can see here, I obviously messed up a little bit on my sound, but welcome back to Mavericks Arcade, and today I'm going to be showing you guys how to add MIDI to your old games. Now don't worry, when I switch to my movie scene, it is back to the audio working correctly. The problem came about because I wasn't planning on making the video in this method, and I forgot to set the microphone to my new use of the RTX NVIDIA microphone filter thing to help get rid of background noise. Now this is being recorded from my new PC's Corsair headset mic, so it's a little bit fuzzy, and I think it's a little bit of ironic that I'm recording a video about audio quality when screwing up on creating the audio for the main scene. Now, that being said, another part of the original audio in this section was saying how amazing it is for me to have gone when I was a kid from PC speaker to Adlib. I bought myself a boom board. That thing was awesome. I got synthesized sound for the first time. And now to go back and revisit that with the Roland stuff, which I can never have afforded when I was a kid, is just an amazing difference. So check it out. Now, why did I make this video when tons of these videos already exist about how to do the Roland? Well, it's because the instructions aren't exactly correct anymore. They're out of date. And because people have told me that they have found other instructions on the web, but that seems like when I've done the instructions, it makes it easier for them to follow. So that's what we're going to do here. Now, also, I am playing the game Star Trek 25th Anniversary, which was one of my favorite childhood games, which is also why I'm dedicating this episode to Len, one of my favorite fans on here, who is definitely a Star Trekker or Trekkie, whichever one he prefers. Now, we're going to check out the movie scene, and that movie scene is going to be where the sound is now corrected. And all of this is fair use because it is educational. So, try to catch things on Facebook. Don't go after me. This is legit. This is fine. This is educational. And now we're going to speed to the scene where the movie set is so that you can see the instructions correctly given. So we're going to go over to our movie room where you can see my arcade machine. Now I also have changed around this room a lot recently. So my arcade machine is now just an arcade machine. All that stuff I had for my daughter to be able to stream from it and use it as an arcade, as her own computer, isn't needed anymore. There's another PC set up that she's using for those purposes. So, and you guys saw my other build the other day for making a new streaming versus gaming machine. So check me out on my other channels for Mavericks Hideout. You can find me on YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook for Mavericks Hideout. And that's when I'm not doing arcade stuff. I'm streaming video games and playing Minecraft with my kids and stuff like that. So in any case, I had already saved the command to launch the Star Trek. So we're going to first launch it by going to an actual Windows command prompt, and then I'm going to launch DOSBox, and then where I have the Star Trek 25th Anniversary game saved. Now, I do have it in windowed mode, just so that we'll be able to see the Roland part. And it's clicky. And then you have a little, like, thing coming in there. And then it goes over to this, and then back in the old DOS games, since they all had no common interface, you had to remember what the command was to close it. It took me forever, but it's Control Q. So I do Control Q, and we get out of here. And again, I'm sorry for that. That made me lose water. It was so bad. Whew. Okay, now this is still within DOSBox. This is so if we do dir here, we can see these are the DOSBox game files. So we're going to run setup on that. We're going to go back into its setup program, and we're going to say that this is VGA. It is mouse and keyboard, but this time we're going to simulate Sound Blaster. Now, Adlib and Sound Blaster, they were really close, so we don't need to show the differences between those two. We're just going to do Adlib and Sound Blaster here. And we're going to go ahead and hit the button, and we're going to then type Star Trek to relaunch Star Trek with the Adlib. Now, this was amazing to me when I heard it in my bedroom after putting in my own first expansion card. But there's a hole. It's not an annoying thing. And there's a bell thing. It's still popping. It's not. My mistake. No, it's not stabbing. Wait. Ooh. You're like, wow, there's actual sound here. And I was so excited to hear this. You know, it's got a couple different voices going on. It sounds good. So, you know, I was all excited about this because at the time, this is probably about what, when the Nintendo was out, the Super Nintendo wasn't made. So this is like amazing sound. Computers back then progressed much faster than the quality was much better on a computer generally than you would find on a home arcade or a home console system. You know, it wasn't until like PlayStation stuff like that where it really started to change over. But now we're going to talk about installing the Roland stuff. So what you want to do is you want to go to your browser, and we're going to search for MUNT, and you can even put Roland after if you want, especially if you spell it correctly. That would help. And then you want to go for the one that's on sourceforge.net. So you go here. Did not come up right. Let's go to this one, sourceforge.net. Okay, there we go. So you'll download this. Now, there are files, and you'll see people talking about this in the thread. There are some files that I'm not going to offer that are kind of like ROMs. However, the copyright has supposedly expired on those because they didn't refile, so that you should be able to use those without a problem, and you could possibly distribute it, but I'm just going to avoid that. But to get those files, all I did to be able to find them was just do Roland ROMs, M32 ROMs, MT-32 ROMs, and you can find all kinds of sites that have the ROMs. So just go do that. Do that yourself. You ain't gonna do it. Just search Google. Google will know where to go. But once you have those files, we're going to go ahead and go to the installer. We're going to just run the installer, and we're not doing anything special here. Again, my arcade machine does not run under administrative credentials. I highly recommend any system that you're ever building, do not allow it to have admin rights for the user. You know, WannaCry, all those kinds of things, they'll spread real easy with, you know, viruses like WannaCry. I know WannaCry has been pretty much detected for most cases. So anyway, we're going to install this to a default location, just leaving everything the same. And then we're going to go ahead and hit finish. Now we're going to take these ROM files and we're going to go ahead and put it where it was installed. Now in my case, it was a 64-bit version that was compiled, so it'll be in program files. If you have the 32-bit version, it'll be in the program files x86. And then I'm just going to dump this poof right in here. And it looks like, oh, this is probably still there from when I was here before. So you go ahead and drop those in. So we got these files here. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to run the emulator. Well, at least I thought we were. That may be it. Is that the application? No, probably this one. Not that one. Oh, come on. Hello? Or is it already running down here? Yeah, it's already down here. That was my stupid fault. So here's the emulator. It's running nice and pretty. What we got to do is we got to go to options and do ROM configuration. We're going to check the ones that we want to be using. Now you can do the CM32Ls are for the newer applications. The MTs are for the older applications and supposedly are better for like Sierra games like Police Quest, King's Quest, things like that. So we're going to leave these CL ones checked for now. And then what I'm going to show you is that the game is not going, well, the game would not recognize the Roland sound right now if we were to attempt it. Now, this is also where the instructions in previous versions kind of separated from what I found to work. So normally it would say to go to the location where you have the game and change the config file for the game, and that would get you working. That was not the case for me. That did not work because I kept going to the location where the games existed and they weren't there. So what you have to do is you have to open up your Explorer and do percent data and then percent. And then instead of being in roaming, go up a folder and then go into local. Then go into DOSBox and you'll see config files here. Now the reason why these two config files are here is because I installed, this is the DOSBox that got installed with my launch box. This is the DOSBox that I manually installed, which is right here. So it has two separate files. Now, when I am launching my test, this is the file that's being launched. So we're going to go into this file. We're going to scroll down to the part where it shows MIDI config. And we're going to go here and hit a 1. And we're going to save the file. That's all we have to do. Now, we're going to go back into our command prompt. And I'm going to recopy my pre-typed command. Now you remember that the game was last set to be using the Adlib. So we're going to go ahead and launch this real quick. And again, it's still Adlib sound. And you can see over here, the Roland is not being activated in any way, shape, or form. This is why. And also, normally this would launch in full screen mode. So I'm hitting escape from that. And I'm hitting Control Q to quit. So you can see the Roland was not being activated. Nothing over here showed up in that white window for the Roland. So we're going to now do setup. And again, we're going to say VGA, mouse and keyboard. But this time we're going to say Roland. And we're going to escape. Now we're going to hit Start Trek. We're going to launch, and it should show Roland stuff over there. If not, I may need to relaunch. Let's see. Actually, I will. So change that config file. I think. Let's see. Start playing sound. Initialize the sound. Oh, but listen. It's definitely good. It's just like an incredible difference in sound. Difference so much better. So we're going to go ahead and close this now again. I'm going to type exit here. And again, over here, we do not have any start iconized. So we do want this to run whenever we are launching the emulator. Now, as a bonus, this is how you configure Launchbox. So let's go ahead and we're going to launch Launchbox. In this case, I'm going to do it as Launchbox, not Big Box. I'm going to show you where to go to configure it if you're using the front-end Launchbox. So we go into here, we go into Tools, and we choose Edit Default Launchbox or DOSBox Configuration. And we go over to Audio, and we check on the MIDI option. And under here, under Configuration, we put in 1. Now, if 1 does not work for you, 1 usually works. It should be the option. I haven't seen it not. But as you can see, we're launching it full screen. Let's hear if the sound is what we expected. Nice and good sound quality. Again, education purposes. Sorry, I have to click. Sounds right. And you can really tell when the horn kicks in and that other audio comes in that it's on the Roland. It's beautiful. And the sounds are just so much more pure. No static from the synthesizer.
So that's how it's configured. Now, the one thing that I was just saying a second ago is if the that reason why I was using the 1 is I've only ever seen it be a 1. And all the demos and all the other videos people are showing, it's always been a 1. But the way you can check that if it's not working is launch DOSBox by itself. And you do mixer space / MIDI list. MIDI list. Is it MIDI list MIDI? List MIDI. And you can see there 1 is the MT-32 synth emulator, and that's what's kicking it out to the other part of the system here. So we're gonna hit this here. Oh, I had 2 copies running. That's the reason why when I kept launching, that's the reason why it kept it wasn't showing me the output. So we're gonna launch the DOSBox again, but this time we're gonna launch it with this running with only 1 copy. Only 1 should show up in there. And let's see how that looks. So let's do command prompt. So I want to show you what happens. And this is what used to happen on the actual keyboard screen. You would see, or on the box, you would see this thing here. See here? It's just pretty cool. And then we launch that. What you can see is as you're watching it, you can actually see the little different channels of voices responding. So you see brass trumpet too, and you can see the little lights changing over here. It's just really cool. Good sound quality. In any case, so that is a nice quick sample.
Oh, great. Back to the screwed up camera angle again with the messed up audio. I will promise as I get back into this more again, I will not make these silly sorts of mistakes. But as you can see, the sound is just such a difference from the PC speaker to the Adlib Sound Blaster or to the Roland. There is also great in other games where they can do a Roland Adlib combo, so it can actually or Sound Blaster combo, so it can actually synthesize new sounds and then use the instruments from the Roland for the background audio and the instrumentation. So it looks amazing, but leave comments, subscribe, like. It really does help. We're trying to get that message out there and grow this channel, and for that I need you guys to share this video and like and try to help promote it. So next time I guarantee the audio will be on point. But again, I think it's kind of funny and ironic, which is the only reason why I didn't record the whole thing over again, is because it is funny and ironic. That on an audio video, I screwed up the audio. Kind of funny. But anyway, also check me out on Maverick's Hideout on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. And that's where I've been streaming games. So when I'm not playing, making arcade videos or working on my arcade, I'm playing video games over there, and you can catch me live. And if you guys are nice and so forth, I might actually answer arcade questions while I'm playing my games. But check it out. Check out both channels. And again, help promote this one, please. And we'll see you guys next time.
Make sure to check out the links above for some of my other videos, and definitely smash that subscribe button. Also, make sure to turn on notifications so you don't miss out on any episodes. I'm continually trying to grow this channel, so make sure to like, comment, and share on all your favorite social media platforms. To find more content for this channel, check out the following locations. YouTube is the primary location where I publish the final versions of my how-to videos. I use Facebook for communication, notices about upcoming videos, behind-the-scenes pictures and videos, and the occasional live stream. For live streams, I primarily use Twitch, as it generally provides the least latency for the closest to real-time response rate currently available. I will occasionally multicast to Facebook and Twitch at the same time, but Twitch generally seems to have the least delay, so I prefer it for streaming events. And as always, thank you guys for watching. I appreciate your support, and we'll see you next time.